Life has a way of helping us all to learn and grow, and the events in our lives help shape us into what we become. But what if the events had turned out differently? In the world of K-pop, there are a lot of what-if scenarios that are open to speculation, either with court cases, idols, or company decisions. For today's first of possibly many videos, I'll be taking a look at what would have happened if JYJ never sued SM Entertainment, which ultimately led to their leaving TVXQ. A quick caveat though, these sort of topics are all up for debate, and I welcome you all to share your thoughts and perspectives in the comment section below. There are probably many angles to look at this topic, and I'd like to get your input so we can keep this discussion going. But remember, this is a safe space, so please be respectful when commenting. Now let's get started with an educated speculation of what if JYJ never left TVXQ. Back in 2009, the K-pop industry was shaken when TVXQ members Jaejung, Junsu, and Yuchun, collectively known as JYJ, sued SM Entertainment to end their contracts, citing excessive contract lengths of 13 years, unfair profit distribution, and mistreatment. The TVXQ quintet was at the height of its popularity, coming off a very successful Japanese tour and celebrating the success of its now iconic K-pop track Mirotic from the previous year. The lawsuit was a stain on SM Entertainment and the industry, and the media labeled the contracts as slave contracts, and the courts ultimately ruled in JYJ's favor, allowing the group to leave TVXQ, reducing TVXQ to a two-member group. The court decision started a cascade of events that culminated in South Korea's Fair Trade Commission, KFTC, enforcing a new rule of limiting contracts to 7 years, bringing relief and a little more breathing room and equanimity for K-pop idols going forward. The new K-pop industry standard for contract length after the lawsuit sounds like a lot by Western standards, but this was much better than previous contracts. It was a win for artists across the industry, and the law was updated in 2023 to protect underage idols. Fast forward to today, and we do still see companies finding loopholes in this law to bend the 7-year requirement with more shady tactics, but that's a topic for another day. This lawsuit proved to be a significant check on the artist and label relationship in the K-pop industry, and JYJ's Bravery at least prevented the excessive 13-year contracts for all artists. Had SM prevailed in the court case, however, it would have provided legal support for the heavy-handed and strict rules that labels imposed on its artists. What is a prison for the artist is SM's fortress, and SM's rule over its artists prevented any mishap and potential scandal from any of the 5 members. JYJ's freedom from the strict rules of SM would have never happened, while their ironclad rules could have strengthened with their other artists too. This would have ensured the squeaky clean image of idols and labels at the expense of the relative freedom of its artists. It cannot be stressed enough at how much TVXQ dominated the music industry in Korea and Japan in the 2000s, and the group's eventual hiatus stunted its momentum. While the TVXQ duo and JYJ went on to have very successful and lucrative careers post-lawsuit, it can be argued that had TVXQ carried on as a quintet, they would have continued to be one of the most lucrative K-pop groups for years, very possibly outperforming Big Bang and Super Junior in the first half of the 2010s. JYJ's lawsuit win caused a rift in the industry, which then forced an unspoken and not completely confirmed blacklisting of the trio in the television industry. The 3 JYJ members were prevented from performing and promoting their music on television for years. Therefore, it goes without saying that JYJ would have had more visibility and recognition in the rise of K-pop throughout the 2010s if they remained a part of TVXQ and had not been blacklisted. On the other hand, there were benefits for SM to the loss of TVXQ. During the lawsuit scandal and afterwards, SM shifted its focus to the junior group Super Junior, Girls' Generation, and SHINee, all of which rose to huge prominence in TVXQ's absence. The loss of the superstar group allowed the others to blossom, and they continued the streak of the Album of the Year awards for SM, thanks to the sheer volume of album sales in subsequent years. Also, FX debuted during the media frenzy of the lawsuit to show investors that the company was successful despite the threat of losing what was then SM's most successful group on its roster at the time. Had the lawsuit not been coinciding with the debut of the new girl group, FX's debut would not have been tainted as much. They would have gone on with a focus that was not clouded by corporate greed. Before I continue, I would like to share some of my favorite classic TVXQ songs, JYJ songs, and the modern TVXQ songs to honor their upcoming 20th anniversary. I got into K-pop back in the late 2000s, and the original Five's music were some of the catalysts that helped me get into the genre. I respect the group's artistry, its legacy, and the impact that these guys have made for K-pop, J-pop, and beyond. And also, now is a great time to hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. I would love to do more What If K-pop videos in the future, and your support helps me continue on this K-pop YouTube journey. Thank you all so much for your support. Musically, TVXQ's intended comeback song Maximum would have been released with the five members in 2009. The controversial 2010 comeback song featuring the TVXQ duo Keep Your Head Down would have never happened, as it was considered by the now divided TVXQ and JYJ fandoms as a song that was a jab at JYJ. JYJ's remarkable music, not including A Girl with Kanye, because we do not talk about that one, would have also never happened. In Heaven was something special, and we as fans were blessed because of that, and so many more. And as for the TVXQ duo, they dabbled in more daring and fresh K-pop concepts like Catch Me in 2012, which was very choreo-driven and featured dubstep, followed by the retro-infused concept 2014 comeback Something. If the group continued as a quintet, the K-pop concepts would have been geared toward more the masculine, mature concepts that would have served as follow-ups to the Mirotic and Wrong Number tracks. Ballads would have also been more prevalent since those allowed the five to shine and harmonize together beautifully. TVXQ's strength in Japan would have continued to serve them well and possibly allowed the group to more efficiently move beyond Korea and Japan on a more global scale and recognition during the golden age boom of K-pop in the early 2010s. TVXQ might have been the globe-spanning breakout group that allowed other groups to follow. Despite the backlash, the lawsuit showed other artists around the world that they could take on big giants like SM Entertainment. The lawsuit was the first of its kind in Korea, which tends to prefer corporations over employees, and arguably allowed other K-pop acts to follow suit in subsequent years in calling out their labels for their own unfair treatment, thus changing traditional Korean norms. Things were tough for JYJ for years, and they went through more setbacks and struggles, but in the end, their perseverance had inspired many people. Jaejung and Junsu's net worth have surpassed expectations, and they rank among the richest K-pop stars in the industry today. TVXQ and JYJ are groundbreaking in so many ways, and we thank the groups for their contribution to K-pop and making the genre better for it. Well, that's it for today, friends. How would you envision this what-if scenario? Share your thoughts below, as well as share your favorite songs by these iconic K-pop artists. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. Check out many more of my videos while you're here, and I shall see you next time.